This is an oversimplification, but here's how a movie gets made. Actors film scenes by saying their lines, and then the director and editors assemble a cut using the best takes of each scene. Sometimes a messed up take ends up in the final film because it still works with the story. But other times, bloopers just have no business being anywhere near the movie. Here are some bloopers and outtakes from movies that never made it into the final cut for some very easily understandable reasons. Suicide Squad. In director David Ayer's manic, cartoonish villain-orama Suicide Squad, the usually heroic Will Smith plays very much against type as Deadshot, a character who's both a hitman and an expert sharpshooter. In other words, he's someone who knows his guns, so he would never do this.
You guys are safe.
A shot of Will Smith bungling the process of loading a gun might make a funny moment in a different film, but it never would have worked for the character named after his ability to shoot things. Bad Moms. NFL defenseman J.J. Watt has started making the move into showbiz, and he's a pretty funny guy who usually seems as comfortable on screen as he does smashing into other behemoths on the gridiron. In Bad Moms, he plays a soccer coach who bears some of the brunt of Mila Kunis's character rage, and in one take, she so convincingly bursts into Watt's office that the otherwise macho dude seems genuinely scared.
Why would they be doing?
Did you say?
You kicked the shit out of that door.
Unfortunately, the blooper had to be cut. You can't have your movie's tough guy screaming like one of the kids he coaches. That awkward moment. This millennial comedy is all about the cringe-inducing moments we all seem to put ourselves through. But the most awkward moment in the movie occurs in a blooper when just about every framed poster in a conference room scene comes loose and falls down. It wasn't planned, and as fittingly awkward as it may have been, it kind of ruins a movie's credibility if the entire set starts falling apart on screen. Scandal. Most modern Americans carry their smartphones with them wherever they go. Even actors actively working on a set carry their phones around with them, out of view of the camera and with the ringer turned off, of course. Well, they're supposed to turn the ringer off. While shooting a scene for Scandal, Guillermo Diaz gets a bit embarrassed when he's interrupted by the sound of his own phone going off.
We knew this was coming, Liv. Sorry, let me check my text real quick.
Red Eye. In Red Eye, Cillian Murphy plays a psycho terrorizing a woman on a plane. It's a tense, pulse-pounding, exhausting thriller with few light-hearted moments, and you get the real sense that Cillian's character is so crazy he can't be stopped.
You tell the flight attendant and your dad dies.
That means that this charming bit with a little girl threatening to beat up Murphy just didn't fit in.
Is that guy bugging you? Because I can take him out in a New York minute.
The girl is still in the final film, but her apparently improvised line is nowhere to be seen. Thanks for watching. Click the looper icon to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Plus, check out all this cool stuff we know you'll love too.